But you doubled North Melbourne's score the first time you met this year, and yesterday you beat them by 150 points. What have you got over North?
Oh, I don't think it's anything especially that we've got over North. I think they struck us on days when we played good football, and yesterday was one of those days where I thought that every player for Fitzroy played very well.
Robert, could I ask you this question? Are you that good?
Well, we did it, you know, and there's no denying that. So, you know, the boys did it, and they worked hard to do it. I don't think any league side is, say, 25 goals better than another side, but on the day it turned out that way because our boys stuck at it for four quarters of very good football.
Barry, 3 weeks ago you beat Carlton by 110 points, and yesterday you were thrashed by 150 points. What's it feel like to be on the other side of the fence this time?
Not very good, Lee. But, you know, all the credit goes to Fitzroy, and I agree with Robert. You know, they played a terrific game yesterday, and probably one of the best games I've ever seen from a team who, you know, I don't think they really made a blue all day. And when you consider, you know, they had a fellow in Matt Rendell, who, you know, is their #1 ruckman. I've never known of a #1 ruckman to not only play well around the ground and centre bounces, but, you know, kick 8 goals in the bargain.
I know that you're a realist, Barry, and you'll put this match down as just one of those things, but what I want to know is what does a coach say to his team at half-time and three-quarter time when they're going that badly?
Well, there's not a great deal you can say, of course, and I mean, the players appreciate it too, but, you know, you've got to go out there and salvage something out of it, and that's what I kept talking to them about. But unfortunately, it was just, as you've already said, it was just one of those days for us, and Fitzroy just far too good. But, I mean, the important thing is that we're still third and only 1 game away from them, and we've played well for most of the year. So, you know, we're looking forward very much to playing against Swans on Saturday.
Robert, after such a big win, now you've got a problem, I should imagine. How do you keep your players' feet on the ground all this week for next week's big game against Essendon?
Well, I don't think we have a problem, Lou, because we play Essendon at Essendon, and we played Essendon at Essendon last year and copped the biggest hiding we've ever had. So that in itself should settle any worries about players being carried away.
And Barry, now there's no doubt that that great loss yesterday would be a little bit of a morale sinker. How do you get the players thinking in a positive manner from now on?
Oh, well, we had a talk about it after the game, Lou, but particularly this morning, and the boys, they've taken it in the right manner, and as I've already just mentioned, we're looking forward very much to playing Swans. I mean, that's the only way to come back. It's only a week-to-week proposition. There's 9 games to go before the home and away games, and anything can happen in 9 weeks. So we're looking forward very much to redeeming ourselves on the weekend.
Well, I suppose you're possibly worried too that when Gary Dempsey goes down the drain a bit, as he did yesterday, not that he played an awfully bad game, but he didn't play well.
He had 19 other mates.
Yes, I know that, but is it a problem to you that you haven't got any backup for Dempsey in case he plays badly or gets injured? Have you got anyone else in mind that you could...
I think we got players there that can do the job, Lou. I think every club's got a #1 ruckman, and no doubt if those guys are out injured, of course the team won't be as well off. But I mean, we're probably in the same position that, you know, we can man the position, probably not as well because Gary's such a great player.
Robert, you're in a great position now, winning so well on top of the league ladder, and you've got a couple of good players to come in, but you must be tickled pink with that young kid Osborne, the way he's going.
Yes, Lou, he's certainly playing well. Yeah, all credit to him. He's certainly worked hard the last 2 years. He's built himself up and he's worked on his skills, and it's great to see it paying off for him.
Well, thank you very much, Robert and Barry, too.
Robert and Barry would have the Commissari Grand Reserve Champagne to celebrate that beautiful victory, wasn't it? Great victory. Yeah, I think you should give it to celebrate with that one. And we've got the village tasting cheese from Valentine's. They've got 2 complimentary tickets to the trots, too, if you want to relax out there, because it's a great night. Mayfair weekend of ham from Mayfair, and also the party pies. That's the 4 in 20. Thank you, Jack. And thank you very much, Robert.
The Canberra Television Club Awards. These were the votes by Lou Richards for yesterday's match at the Junction Oval. And the progressive figures for Fitzroy and for North Melbourne. Matt Rendell leads Bernie Quinlan by 1 vote at Fitzroy. Ross Glendenning leads Gary Dempsey by 1 vote at North Melbourne in the Canberra action. And so it was at the Junction Oval yesterday when Fitzroy recorded a walloping 150-point slaughter against Premiership favourites North Melbourne. On a personal note, it was a huge day for their ruck star, Matt Rendell. He was pitted against the game's #1 ruckman, Gary Dempsey, a man regarded by many good football judges with Polly Farmer and John Nichols as the best the game has seen. Not only did Rendell beat Dempsey in the ruck, but he carried on the good work up forward. It was a personal performance of chilling magnitude. Matt had 16 kicks, took 8 marks, kicked 8 goals, 8 goals straight, if you don't mind, to help the Lions on their way to a great and memorable win. Today on World of Sport, we welcome Matt Rendell to the studio as he talks about the game with Jack Dyer.
Matt, first of all, congratulations on that game yesterday. It was one really out of the box. Now, you've improved quite a lot since you came from South Australia. Now, where you improved?
I think consistency is probably the biggest part of the game at the moment, Jack. I came here and played full forward mainly because I was suffering from injuries at the time. I never really got a good pre-season in. And since I've been in the ruck, I like to think that I've been very consistent. It's probably been the biggest thing.
You've got stronger?
Yeah, I've done a lot of weights over the past 3 years. I've probably put on a stone, and I like to think it's upper body and not round the midriff.
Yeah. You always wanted to be a ruckman, though. You didn't want to play full forward.
No, I've always been a ruckman. I rucked for 4 years in Adelaide, and right, you know, since I was 10, I've always been a ruckman, Jack.
Now, before you went out on that ground yesterday, the only thing you would be thinking of, how could I beat Dempsey?
Yes, well, I always enjoy playing on the good ruckman because, you know...
It brings out more. Do you think it brings out?
Yeah, it gives you a lift too, but, you know, you can always learn from them too, and, you know, I always enjoy the experience of playing against the good ruckman, yeah.
How did you get on with that wrestling with Dempsey yesterday? Did you think you won it or not?
No, I think he probably got more tap-outs than me in the day. He's very hard... He's a very hard man to move on the boundary throw-ins and bounces around the ground, and uses his body very well at the centre bounces too.
Matt, when did you know it was your day? Was that when you kicked that one back over your head?
Yeah, the one that they just showed there, Jack. I knew, well, I'm having a day out today.
A day out. Is that the most goals you've ever kicked in a match?
Yeah, I kicked 7 and full forward in my first year here against South Melbourne. That's definitely the most ever.
You went off the ball a little bit yesterday. I thought a little bit too long.
No, well, Glenn Coleman, who's been doing very well for us in the last 3 or 4 weeks, has been training well and playing well, and Robert Walls wanted to give him a run on the ball, and so I went off the ball for about probably 20 to 30 minutes during the game, and it worked out quite well. Glenn did very well in the ruck, and I kicked a few goals up forward.
Can you do the 4 quarters if you was asked to do the 4 quarters?
I've been doing the 4 quarters for most of the last 2 years, Jack.
And that means that you've got a fella coming on down on the forward line or down the back line, helping out.
Yeah, well, Gary Sidebottom and Bernie do most of the ruck work on the forward line, but now that'll be all changed, I suppose.
Who gives you the most trouble out of those ruck when you've played against so far?
All of them give me a lot of trouble. Yeah. Probably ones that spring to mind is Mark Lee, Dempsey, of course, Simon Madden. I'm going to miss someone here. John Mossop. Jeff Saru always gives me a hard time.
Yeah. Do you like them playing away from you, or do you like standing up next to the door to them?
What are you talking about?
You running at a ball now in the ruck?
I played
close?
For 4 years in Adelaide without the line.
Yeah, without the line.
I enjoyed that. I reckon the line's taken a lot of the...
Contest out of the game.
Yeah, but it's taken a lot of the skill out of ruck work, because it's very hard to direct a tap at the centre bounce when you're running full on an opponent. But, you know, I'd be quite happy for him to take the line out and bring back a bit of the skill in ruck work, I think.
I agree with you there too, Matt. Congratulations once again on a great game. Matt Rendell from Fitzroy, a great game yesterday.
We're going to give him some champagne, Jack, will we, from Thomas Hardy?
As a matter of fact, he's got a hotel.
Oh, well, he'll be right there, you are. That's...
Where is the hotel, huh?
82 High Street, Paran, Jack's Highbridge.
Well, that's very good. And I don't think he's quite made the top 20 yet, Jack, but he soon will be in that football handbook from the Holden Beef.
He keeps going like yesterday.
He'd be right, Jack, will he?
He'll write the book.
Oh, I see. From Valentine's, the entertainment, and of course from Tosca. Seeing that he travelled first class yesterday, he'll be able to take the takings from the hybrids to the bank in this, Matt.
Thanks very much.
Okay, good on you, Matt.
Matt Rendell from big goals on the board before North Melbourne knew they were out there.